Some places in the world make you feel like you have reached the edge of the earth. Namibia is one of those places. With its endless desert landscapes, stark mountains, and hauntingly beautiful coastline, this southwestern African country is a land of extremes. Where the sun burns hot by day, the stars blaze cold by night, and the roads stretch for hundreds of kilometers without a soul in sight. Taking a solo road trip across Namibia's desert tracks is more than just a journey. It is a test of spirit, a lesson in resilience, and a chance to discover a raw kind of freedom that few other experiences can match. Let us dive into 5 powerful aspects of driving solo across Namibia's desert tracks. The sense of adventure, the beauty of the landscape, the challenges of isolation, the encounters with nature and culture, and the lasting impact on your heart and mind. Embracing the thrill of the open road. The moment you set off on Namibia's desert tracks alone, a unique kind of thrill grips you. Unlike most road trips filled with bustling highways and busy rest stops, here you find yourself on gravel tracks that seem to vanish into the horizon. The roads are often rough, unpaved, and winding through vast desert plains, red dunes, and rugged mountain passes. You drive for hours without seeing another vehicle. The silence is immense. The sense of space is overwhelming. Every mile you cover feels like an achievement. Whether you are navigating the bone, dry tracks of the Namib Desert, crossing the rocky trails of Damaraland, or making your way to the ghostly shores of the Skeleton Coast, you are always reminded that you are far from the familiar. The freedom to stop whenever you want, take in the views, or camp under the endless sky makes the experience even richer. But this is not a thrill that comes from speed or convenience. It comes from knowing that you are in charge of your own journey, that every choice, every turn, every stop, every decision is yours alone. That realization sparks something deep inside. You feel more alive, more present, and more connected to the moment than you ever thought possible. Let me ask you, when was the last time you felt the road truly belonged to you? Out here, it is just you, the land, and a path that dares you to keep going. Marveling at Namibia's stunning and varied landscapes, Namibia is a land of astonishing contrasts, and nowhere is that more evident than when you drive its desert tracks. One moment you are surrounded by the towering red dunes of Sossusvlei, rising like fiery waves against a blue sky. The next, you are winding through the pale, eerie canyons of the Kuzib Pass, where ancient rocks seem frozen in time. Then there is the haunting beauty of the Skeleton Coast, a stretch of desolate shoreline where shipwrecks rust in the sand, and dense ocean fog creeps inland each morning. Inland, the gravel plains of the Namib blend into the lunar landscapes of Spitzkop, where granite peaks rise suddenly from the desert floor like stone cathedrals. Every landscape feels untouched, vast, and deeply humbling. The colors shift with the light. Golden at sunrise, burning orange at noon, and soft pink at sunset. The silence in these places is not empty. It is full of presence, a reminder of the raw beauty of nature in its purest form. And here is something many travelers never realize: Namibia is not just desert. Hidden within its arid heart are lush canyons, seasonal rivers, and even surprising wildlife. You learn quickly that the desert is alive in ways you do not expect, full of hidden wonders waiting for those willing to look a little closer. So here is a thought worth holding on to. The world's most beautiful places are often the ones we must work hardest to reach. And Namibia's desert tracks reward every effort with sights that stay burned in your memory forever. Facing the solitude and challenges of remote travel, solo travel in Namibia is not a casual undertaking. The isolation is real. Fuel stations, supplies, and even mobile phone reception are few and far between. A flat tire, a wrong turn, or running low on water can quickly turn into a serious situation if you are not prepared. This is a land where self-reliance is not optional, it is essential. Before setting out, you must plan every detail carefully. Carry extra fuel, water, spare tires, tools, and a reliable map. Know your route, but also be ready to adapt. The desert does not follow your schedule. Roads can be washed out by flash floods, and sandstorms can roll in without warning. But with these challenges comes a deep sense of accomplishment. Every obstacle you face and overcome makes you stronger and more confident. You learn to trust yourself in ways you never did before, Changing a tire alone on a hot desert track, fixing a minor engine issue, or navigating through a sudden storm teaches you resilience, patience, and calm under pressure. And here is the surprising part. The solitude that once seemed intimidating becomes a source of peace. Being alone in the vast desert allows you to slow down, think deeply, and reconnect with parts of yourself often lost in daily life. The challenges become part of the reward, forging a deeper connection to the journey and to yourself. Encountering Namibia's wildlife and unique cultures, even in its harshest landscapes, Namibia teems with life. As you drive across its desert tracks, you encounter wildlife adapted to this unforgiving environment. Desert-adapted elephants roam the dry riverbeds of Damaraland. Giraffes graze on sparse trees, oryx stand tall against the dunes, and springbok move gracefully across the plains. If you are lucky, you may even spot a black rhino or a lion moving quietly through the scrub. The Etosha Pan, with its shimmering white salt flats, attracts vast herds of animals during the dry season. But even outside the national parks, the wilderness is alive. You begin to notice the tracks in the sand, the distant movement on the horizon, and the sounds of birds and insects filling the air. Namibia's human heritage is just as rich. The Himba people of the Kunene region, known for their traditional dress and deep connection to the land, offer a glimpse into a way of life that has remained unchanged for centuries. The San people, among the world's oldest continuous cultures, carry stories and knowledge of the desert that go back thousands of years. Respectful encounters with these communities deepen your understanding of Namibia beyond its landscapes. You see a culture of resilience, adaptation, and harmony with nature that speaks to something ancient and universal. And here is something most travelers never expect. Meeting people who live in such remote, challenging places often shows you the true meaning of community, kindness, and strength. It reminds you that no matter how harsh the environment, human connection thrives. Discovering personal freedom and transformation on the journey. At the heart of every solo road trip across Namibia's desert tracks lies the chance for personal transformation. The combination of adventure, beauty, challenge, and cultural connection strips away the noise of everyday life and leaves you face to face with yourself. There are moments when the road seems endless, when the heat and dust wear you down, or when the silence feels overwhelming. But there are also moments of pure joy, when you watch a desert sunrise paint the sky, when you conquer a tough stretch of track, or when you realize you have not spoken to another person in days and feel completely at peace with that. Freedom takes on a new meaning here. It is not just the ability to go where you want. It is the freedom to be fully present, to embrace uncertainty, and to find strength you did not know you had. The desert strips you down to your essentials, and what you discover there is often surprising. And here is a simple question that cuts to the heart of it. When was the last time you felt completely free? Out here, freedom is not a word. It is a feeling that sinks deep into your bones. If you are searching for an adventure that takes you beyond the familiar, pushes your limits, and opens your heart to the raw beauty of the world, this is it. Namibia's desert tracks are waiting, vast, silent, untamed, and ready to show you who you really are. And if this stirred something within you, make sure to join us for our next video, where we explore the ultimate gear checklist for solo desert travel. Because out here, being prepared makes the difference between a trip of a lifetime and a lesson you will never forget.